Hadi McLaughlin.
Yula. Barasa.
Hello, welcome to my YouTube channel. So today we're going to be doing the speed build. It's move-in day and we're going to clear out all of the boxes and get rid of all the kind of celebratory champagne or juice, fizzy juice, kombucha, I don't know. Anyway, I'm going to clear all that out so we can settle in and put in the sim couple's actual home furnishing. And if you didn't catch it at the top, this is apartment from City Living. It's 131021 Chic Street. It's set up to be more of a studio apartment with one bathroom, a small balcony. And we're actually right next door to Penny Pizzazz, which would seem to mean that our sim couple actually has enough money to be next to Billboard Lady. But anyway, for the two sims that are going to move in here, they're Finn and Marigold, or Goldie, and they're going to be moving in here also with their cat Slice. We've got the kitchen being redone. They're a big fan of DIY and kind of improving stuff on their own. We can say that the new wallpaper and flooring is the peel and stick kind, and they're just really into kind of making this place their own. It should be really cozy and have a lot of details that they enjoy, and it makes the place their own. So if you couldn't tell from all of the small appliances, Goldie's quite a big fan of cooking and she enjoys it. So this is kind of to her taste. Goldie actually has the favorite colors of green and pink, and so there's hints of green and pink throughout the entire apartment. But Finn has used his accents throughout the apartment as well. His favorite color is also green and purple, like a kind of dark purple. So the apartment has a mix of their favorite colors, yes, but I still wanted the apartment to be pretty and nice to look at with more royal and jewel tones where appropriate, and quite a bit of sage green where I could fit it in. And for the apartment style, I was going for something that could easily be thrifted or refurbished from things they might have found and had bits of their personality throughout. Maybe things that they got vintage or from friends, especially since they're newlyweds, that they received as gifts or just picked up from the registry when they didn't get it. In Goldie's case, considering Finn's a little bit cheap in that way, but yeah, they just have a lot of things. I was going for something eclectic. Because it's such a small space, I wanted to keep everything cluttered but tidy, so there's a place for everything. These are not messy sims. In fact, these sims are more creative, so they each have their own creative jobs, but when it comes to their living space, they have to get a little bit resourceful with how they keep and store things. But of course they make space for good quality olive oil, and of course a fire extinguisher in case Ben decides to try his hand at making eggs or grilled cheese. And that one calendar that Finn got for free at the Bank of Rosebud. And these lamps, I think, add such a nice vintage contrast to the modern kitchen counters. So yeah, onto the living room. We're just going to stain the brick a little bit lighter and unpack those moving boxes. We're just gonna put up a bit of privacy curtains. Since the place is so open, they can have their bedroom that's on the other side of that wall closed off. For this living room, it's so small that the real focal point of it is actually their kind of achievement wall. So one of Goldie's photographs printed onto canvas, and Finn's article in, I guess, the Sim Yorker or whatever you want to call it, and of course their wedding photo. So it's just a little wall of all their achievements and a very small living room. But I had to make space for Finn's book collection. They're probably all used books, but as a writer, he needed them. And here's Slice. But yeah, Slice is kind of Finn's. I feel like he would have gotten Slice as a kitten when maybe some friends, or maybe he just found Slice for free, because actually his trait is a freegan. So I don't normally play with that trait, so I didn't quite know how it worked. It was a challenge to try to figure out how to incorporate that in little details throughout the build. But Slice is kind of his cat because he's always meowing and always wants their attention. Goldie is a photographer. She has to be a fashion photographer just because the game won't let her be great and do art photography. I feel like she would be more of an abstract art photographer, and she probably enjoys taking pictures of different things around the city. But yeah, you can see one of her little photographs right there. And of course, Slice has his food and accessories and his favorite cat toys. And they have a record player because I feel like this couple would really enjoy crate digging together. And they love all different kinds of music. Goldie loves alternative and soul, and Finn really likes blues, singer-songwriter, and Japanese folk. I randomized both of their kind of extra traits in Create-A-Sim, and that's what they rolled. So now on to Finn's office. He works from home as a freelance writer. I think because of his traits, he probably spends most of his time writing ecological, anti-capitalist based books and articles that don't actually use paper, but he still does have a printer because there's just something about holding a book, the tactile and real. So I think he still enjoys that. And yeah, I think he definitely prefers writing for digital magazines. He just has a lot of little small things on his bulletin board and some receipts because he's a freegan and everything he does buy, he's going to keep the receipt. And above that, he has a photograph of all of his childhood pets. Finn's traits are loyal, freegan, and animal lover, so I definitely wanted to have that photograph to kind of give a nod to that. And he also has some of his more random interests incorporated in here, like he likes gemology, so that's why there's a crystal there. And I figure the lamp, although a bit mismatched along with the file folder, they don't really go, but I figure he got them from somebody else or he fished it out of a dumpster.
Oh, bro, ja de velk, kiss nooit. Cranky hisma, Franj banva, kusha. Oh, bro, ja de velk, kiss nooit. Rel meep. Fanoy. Penerf Lazamba.
So obviously Finn is kind of a I love my wife guy, but this is the balcony where Goldie is going to keep her herb garden. There's not much space for herbs, so there's only 2, but it's just a place to sit and look at the view of the city. And they have their dining table out here and of course a vase of tulips because Finn is nothing if not loyal.
Varosh. Vadish. Yogs. Sigluna Biro. Vinakapa. Hemkaharb Dolphus. Sabomanukum. Bibwa. Brogi. Yagalau Shu. Zagutwe Yaborba.
Tibane. Chub. Champina. Grasha.
Moving into the small single bathroom in this apartment, we're gonna take down the basic boring white tile and make it more special and add in the couple's favorite colors, which are green, well, a lot of green. We're going to add sage green accents and more purple, a purple that leans into burgundy, so a nice oxblood. But even though this is a rather small bathroom for the couple to share, I don't think it's a problem. I think they make it work and they have things around them that they enjoy. So the wallpaper that was chosen for the bathroom that has horses as a motif on it, and as Finn is an animal lover, he likes that sort of pattern. But also Goldie, while she's not an animal lover as a trait, she is an ex-horse girl. So every time she gets ready in the morning, it reminds her of being a teenager when she used to ride horses. And I'm just going to insert a photo of the two on a date where they went horseback riding, and Finn is terrible at it, but you wouldn't know it from this picture, and really that's all that matters. A few more adjustments and this bathroom will be ready to go. Finn and Goldie's bedroom is a good blend between the two, not only in terms of interior design, but their traits. Goldie's traits are art lover, clumsy, and self-absorbed, and she got a bonus trait of being romantic, and I think she got that from being around Finn, just like Finn discovered that he was creative, and I think he got that from her influence. I had to add silk pillowcases to the bed, and for the nightstands, I wanted it to also reflect their personalities, so Finn has to have a pad of paper just in case he has any late night ideas. And for Goldie, she has a couple of framed pictures on her nightstand. Slice has his own little corner of the bedroom, his floating cat bed where he can look out at the city views of San Myshuno. But Slice also spends most of his time up there watching over his mom and dad. He's a Russian blue and he's very vocal, and he is underfoot all the time. He's very attached to the both of them, and he acts like their little alarm clock in the morning, waking them up. And Finn sleeps a bit late, so I don't know why I put that alarm clock next to Goldie's bed, because Slice will wake them up whenever he sees fit. But he's always looking out for them. He's their fur baby, and they love him very much. For me, I enjoy building because I get to make a story. And that's how I always make my builds. I enjoy making the characters and giving them interests and a favorite color or a design style or something that they want to do that helps guide how the interior design comes together, how the building comes together, the lore of it. I really enjoy lore, so this apartment has been an exercise in playing around with traits I don't normally use, or styles that maybe don't really go together, and how do I make that look pleasing? Anyway, this bedroom is just about done, so if you enjoyed the video, please leave a like, comment, or subscribe. I really appreciate it, and until next time.